Tijuana. Always moving. Always innovating. Always evolving. The iconic Caesar salad is one of Tijuana's greatest culinary breakthroughs, and it wouldn't have been possible if not for Don Tana Plasencia. The unique fine cuisine culture that prevails here makes the need for food become something much more than a necessity, but rather become a pleasant and shared experience. This means approaching to the people in a more lively and engaging manner. Although tourists could come to Tijuana without ever coming across any cultural landmark, it can't be denied that all of them come to stop here for the food. We often remember a place by what we eat rather than what we see. And to observe how this salad is prepared is a tourist attraction in itself. Tijuana is located northwest of Mexico and is now the largest city in Baja California. It borders to the north of the United States, to the south of Playas del Rosarito, to the east with Tecate, and to the west with the Pacific Ocean, giving it a geographical position unlike any other. Tijuana was founded in July of 1889, starting off as a small town that would later become a major city in Mexico. The American Prohibition would bring significant changes to the city. In January of 1920, the national prohibition of alcohol, or the so-called Noble Experiment, was undertaken to reduce crime and corruption, solve social problems, reduce the tax burden created by prisons and poorhouses, and improve health and hygiene in America. This, however, only encouraged many Americans to search in Tijuana what their country had taken away from them. When Mexico approved gambling, many casinos began operating within the city's capital, including the Agua Caliente Casino in Tijuana, and tourism began to flourish. The humble origins of the Caesar salad can be tracked down to Don Livio Santini's own mother during the First World War. According to Dante Santini, during the First World War, his father lived with his family in Trento, a province located in northern Italy, which back in those days was under Austrian rule. At the beginning of World War I, the whole family was taken away to Austria, just as their troops were moving to engage in combat with Italian forces. The family was taken to a concentration camp where food was scarce, and harsh times seemed to never end. Dante's mother, anguished by their situation, strived to feed their family every day. Accomplishing herself with what she had, she began to cook with what they could muster. And in that faithful moment, the Caesar salad was born. Afterwards, Dante's father, Livio Santini, moved to Mexico in 1923 with a group of Italian immigrants who bought a ranch, La Zarzuela, located in the state of Jalisco. The property was purchased by the Italian government, who sent 300 Italians to colonize the area. Some returned while others defected to different states throughout the country, where they soon established themselves, nowadays considered important Italian colonies. Dante's father considered leaving for San Francisco, but he ended up in Tijuana and decided to stay there. During his city tour, he arrived at Mr. Cesar Cardini's restaurant. Mr. Cardini was speaking Italian to a group of people, which quickly caught his attention and decided to join them. Cardini inquired to where they were from and invited them over to eat. It was then when Dante Santini's father started to work there as a cook's assistant, and later on, he ended up being chef at the Caesar's restaurant. Afterwards, there were indications that a wealthy American lady would arrive from San Diego. Her name? Wallis Simpson. Mrs. Simpson often visited and partied in the San Diego and Tijuana areas in the 1920s. One day, as Dante's father reminisced about his mother, a woman suddenly came into the establishment. Curious about the cooking process, she asked, "What are you doing?" He replied, "Just a salad that we used to make back home." The lady wanted to try it, so she asked the chef to make her one. He gladly obliged, and the rest was history. It was during this time that Mrs. Simpson visited the restaurant and became fond of the Caesar's salad. Sometime later, the salad would be tossed in front of the customer, a method of preparation that is held up to this very day. It is also said as a result of Mrs. Simpson's extensive world travels, the Caesar salad was later introduced to Europe. The lemon juice that they pour in the salad is what makes it Mexican, as the Italians would use vinegar. This is what they call the Tijuana seal.
Por el César han pasado 5 generaciones. La primera generación fue del señor César Cardini con Livio Santini, hasta los años 40. Posteriormente siguió la generación del señor Nava y el señor Genaro Matteotti. La tercera generación, que ya fue cuando yo empecé a trabajar, fue con don Raúl Miramontes Nájera, que tenía el César Palace en la esquina. tenía el Flamingo, donde se pasaban las mejores variedades de artistas internacionales y nacionales. La cuarta generación fue la del ingeniero Vicente Guerrero. Y como dice el dicho, que no hay quinto malo, llegó el señor Plasencia.
El impacto de la ensalada César creo que ha sido, no creo, estoy segura que ha sido uno de los elementos que mejor ha viajado a todo el mundo, porque igual encontramos en una carta en Rusia, como una carta en Inglaterra, no se diga en toda América Latina y Norteamérica, encontrarnos en muchas de las cartas de los restaurantes la ensalada César.
Muy bien, la ensalada César es algo fácil, es algo muy bonito, que necesita uno tener el sentido, tener la pasión de prepararla, ¿verdad?
The Caesar salad is made with anchovies, crushed garlic, Dijon mustard, 1 egg yolk, green lemon, black pepper, Perrin sauce, Parmesan cheese, olive oil falling in thread, and romaine lettuce leaves. All ingredients are mixed in a wooden bowl, finishing it off with a single crouton on top.
Se corrió la voz, todos los tijuanenses quieren venir a conocer el lugar donde nació la ensalada César. Mucha gente de aquí de Tijuana no sabía que aquí fue donde se crió la ensalada César. Una cosa tan rara, ¿verdad? Ahorita, si se dan cuenta, el hotel está rodeado de pura gente de Tijuana. Reactivó la calle Revolución.
El tema aquí es bien interesante porque ha viajado gracias a que se hace con ingredientes muy fáciles de obtener. El asunto es que no tiene todavía la identidad como para que la gente la ubique y la identifique justamente con la ciudad de Tijuana. Creo que esa es una tarea a la que nos tenemos que dar todos los tijuanenses.
All of these special traits give Tijuana its peculiar profile, a city that is constantly growing. Its people, a diverse collection of individuals. A community that always pushes forward for the future. And a kitchen which influences a whole lifestyle.